Winfrey. Last year I did write my first book about my life. I grew up right here in Columbus, Mississippi, over on North Side, from a neighborhood called Frog Bottom. Some of y'all may have heard of it. That's right. So, I went to Caldwell High School. Some of y'all may have heard of that. There was another school during that time called Lee High. Some of y'all may have heard of that. I was in the military and I got to fight in one war called Desert Storm. I've had a chance to travel around the world and see a lot of nice things. I've been coaching AAU basketball for the last 22 years, and I love teaching people new things. But today I want to talk to you about Black history. I think it's very important to understand the history of Black people or African Americans in the United States. When we talk about Black history, we often talk about people like Dr. Martin Luther King, Rosa Parks, Frederick Douglass, Malcolm X. From where we started, we've had a lot to overcome. Things like slavery, not being allowed to learn how to read, not being allowed to vote. What if we never overcame those things? What if we still had to ride on the back of the bus? That's our history. Now let's talk about our present and our future. Now we own our own businesses. We're doctors, we're lawyers, teachers, principals, and now we know we can be the president of the United States. We're millionaires and billionaires. But how did we get here? We had real leaders that came before us. Leaders like Harriet Tubman, who not only escaped slavery for herself, but she went back down south over 20 more times to help over 300 more slaves to become free. We had leaders like Dr. Martin Luther King, who led a number of nonviolent protests so that we can have a better future. I'm sure most of y'all have heard the I Have a Dream speech. The I Have a Dream speech was not about getting in trouble every day at school. The I Have a Dream speech was not about gangs. The I Have a Dream speech was not about not listening to your teachers and being disrespectful in school. The I Have a Dream speech said, I have a dream that one day this nation will rise up and sons of former slaves and sons of former slave owners will be able to sit together at the table of brotherhood. That's what the dream was about. And if you look around, I think right now we're living that dream. Do you really believe Dr. Martin Luther King would have laid his life down, been willing to go to jail, and did all that protesting just for us to be able to come to public schools and fight every day? Do you believe Dr. Martin Luther King would have did all the protesting, willing to go to jail, willing to lay his life down so we can come to school and get in trouble every day? The dream was about us being able to come to public school. Look around, Black people and white people in school together. Black people and white people working together, friends. That's what I can say about the generation that came before us. But what can I say about the generation now? What are you gonna do for the next generation? What will they be able to say about you? Will it be that you worked hard and did the best you could? Would it be that you always helped other people? That you always listened to your teacher and did the right thing? That you saw somebody being bullied and you reported it because it wasn't the right thing to do? This is what I know. I know there's greatness in this room right now. I know there's greatness and you never know who's watching. I have to believe the 6th graders and the 7th graders are watching you all. What do you want them to remember about you? I know your younger brothers and sisters are watching. What are you teaching them? My challenge to you is to not just try to be great, but to be great. I want to talk to you briefly about making the right choices. You're all in the 8th grade, so I know you all know right from wrong. I know most students, deep down, don't like getting in trouble. I've been mentoring students for over 20 years, and I've mentored some of the toughest of the tough. And when I talk to them one-on-one, the truth is, they really don't even like getting in trouble. They just trying to fit in, trying to impress other people. We all have those friends that don't mind getting in trouble, though. This is the time that you need to start trying to separate yourself. You have the friends that don't mind getting smart with the teacher, and y'all, some of y'all know who I'm talking about. They're the loudest in the classroom, the loudest in the hallway. I'm gonna tell you a quick story about 3 of my former players. I had 3 AAU players that they were real close. They always hung together. Always hung together, but one of them didn't mind getting in trouble. The other two, very respectable young men. Worked hard on the court, worked hard in the classroom. One day, the one that didn't mind getting in trouble thought it would be a good idea to rob somebody. And he did. They were hanging together. The one that didn't mind getting in trouble robbed somebody, and all three of them got at least 10 years in prison. A split-second decision can change your whole life. So I want to encourage you to make sure you always try to do the right thing and make the right choices. We have a lot of good people in this generation to look up to, though. We have people like Oprah Winfrey, who got fired from her first TV job, but she didn't quit. She went on to become the #1 talk show host in America. We have people like Beyonce that decided to leave her group back in 1999 to go solo, becoming one of the most influential women in the world. We have people like Mr. Barack Obama, our 44th president, who was the first black president of the United States. We have people like LeBron James, who grew up dirt poor. But when he made it, he turned around and built a school back in his old hometown to make a better life for future students, future generations. We have people like Kobe Bryant, who, while he was here with us, taught us that you can be as great at what you want to be if you work hard enough. This man sit around for hours watching videos, watching basketball games of Michael Jordan. For hours. And if you go back and look, they got videos of them doing the exact same moves. We have people like Serena Williams, who won 23 Grand Slams in tennis. And in the last 5 years, she started 34 businesses to give other people opportunities. And now she's one of the richest female athletes of all time. We have people like Shaquem Griffin. How many of y'all know Shaquem Griffin? Shaquem Griffin was the first player ever drafted to the NFL with one hand. One hand, play for the Seattle Seahawks right now. And he had an excuse. Coach, I missed the ball because I got one hand. Coach, I missed the tackle because I got one hand. He could have used an excuse, but he didn't. He worked harder than everybody else. And he's the first player ever with one hand to play in the NFL. We have people like your teachers, your coaches, the principal, who leave their families every day to come to Columbus Middle to teach you because they believe in you and want to see you be successful. You're the oldest class here. What do you want the two younger classes to remember about you? What if Dr. Martin Luther King hung with the wrong crowd and wasn't interested in helping other people? Where would we be? What if Harriet Tubman was just happy she was free and didn't go back and help anybody else? What if Oprah quit when she got fired from her first TV job? What if Serena Williams didn't play tennis because she didn't see little black girls playing tennis on TV? What if Rosa Parks had gotten up and went to the back of the bus? We would not know how strong we can be when we come together and work together. We've come a long way, but we still have a long way to go. What do you want others to remember about you when you move on to the next phase in your life? The choice is yours, but you have to be willing to work hard, stay focused, stay out of trouble, and you can achieve everything you want to achieve in life. Thank you.